Thank you, Joey. Good evening, everyone. Thank you. Actually, the applause is for all of you. But thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming this evening. Your support means a lot to me. We would not have accomplished our work without all your support. I thank you, Daphne. You are the first person I called when I took on this position, and you hooked me up. You got me connected. And congratulations to your appointment by the President of the United States. We are so proud of you. Now we have the inside connection. And Kate Morales, yes. We always picked up the phone and give Kate a call. And that's our inside connection too. Well, thank you so much. I want to thank you, all our honored guests, and Dr. Lee, and the Chinese Medical Association Society, and and all his staffs, and Cindy, Joe, Helena, Julie, Dr. Tran, and his wife, Dr. Dang, and their staffs, Jennifer, and everyone in the Vietnamese Medical Society, Dr. Vincent Nguyen, and thank you so much for coming. And Dr. Andrew Lee and his wife, Dr. Lee, and Dr. Benson Yu, and Dr. Chow, and his wife, Mrs. Chow, and Dr. Hee-Sun Juan, Dr. Sung-Min Lee, and Carol Young, and well, is there a doctor in the house? You better not get sick tonight because all the doctors are here. Richard Liu, my buddy, my mentor, my speechwriter. Nate, we came a long way, Richard. Nate and Nate Joy, my supporter. Where are you, Nate? Is Nate here? Nate is hiding. He doesn't want to show up. Nicole and Brett and all my OCAW sisters from Virginia and from Maryland. That's the loud crowd over there, and they are my supporters. And OCA-DC leaders, Annette, Mary, Echo, Stan, and Jennifer, and Simon, where Simon sang. He can tell you how bad my Chinese is. I practice with him when I have to make a speech in Chinese. And he'll tell me, no, you say it this way, you don't say it that way. Karina Dang, my advocacy partner, thank you. And James Wong and his group, Dr. Liu and Mr. Han Jiang, and also Dr. Hee-Sung Lee for suggesting her daughter, Dr. Jennifer Lee, to HBI-DC. I could go on, and please forgive me if I have missed your name at this time. Last but not least, my biggest supporter are my family, my husband Francis. Francis, they all want to know who is this biggest supporter behind me. And here's Francis Pan, everyone. And my daughter Emily, and her husband Andy, and my son Casey. Thank you for caring and accommodating me in this intense job of being an executive director. I love you guys. I am blessed with all our great volunteers and so many supporters. Let's give everyone a round of applause. I want to tell you my story and how I came to be involved with HBI-DC. You all have to remember Carolyn Wong, HBI-DC chair at that time. She is a very persistent person. She's been telling me about HBI-DC for 2 years. I finally could not say no to her. But her appeal resonated deeply on a personal level. I too was attacked by a virus, the polio virus, caused a greater struggle for life and left me with a lifelong condition that could have been prevented by a vaccine. I have never spoken publicly about my personal story until now. I know what it's like to live with the stigma. As normal as one's life can be, I live a very normal life, and so can the people living with chronic hepatitis B. Today, the polio virus is almost eradicated in this country after decades of advocacy and support at all levels. And like the polio virus, I do believe one day we can eradicate the hepatitis B virus with the safe and effective Hep B vaccines. That day is in sight with your support. So here I am given a job to do with a seed funding of $5,000 to eradicate hepatitis B. Anyone with the right mind would not touch that challenge with a 10-foot pole. And as you can tell, I don't have a right mind. With the seed funding of $5,000, we outreach to communities and faith-based organizations to educate, sign letters of interest and collaborations, and we continue to apply for funding. With the help of Dr. Mark Lee, we received $25,000 from Gilead to outreach to the African immigrants. We are the only organizations in the nations that's outreaching to that population. Then with the help of the DC Mayor's Office of Asian Pacific Islanders Affairs, Gilead Sciences, Bristol Myers Squibb, Jeff Caballero from APCHO, and Dr. Mark Lee, HBI-DC was back on track and focused on implementing our strategic plan. We are the only organizations in the metro area that is promoting and implementing an integrated public health strategy, pooling public and private resources and organizing volunteers' activity to deliver services to communities. We refer Hep B infected persons to appropriate care, and we effectively provide free Hep B education, screening, and vaccination to our high-risk communities. We continue to raise funding, and we apply these fundings directly to Hep B prevention services. We have extremely low overhead expenses because we operate primarily as a volunteer organization.